Hi there, Jill Lee, founder and director of the Energy Healing Institute. You can learn a lot more about energy healing, chakras, the aura, conscious and awareness. Practically anything you want to know about energy lives at energyhealinginstitute.org. Okay, this is number 4 in a series of 5 on how not to decide to be an energy healer. I said this in the other videos. I'm going to say it again. I'm not trying to talk you out of becoming an energy healer. In fact, I'm trying to do the opposite. Try to talk you into it for all the right reasons, rather than the reasons I've heard time and time and time and time again since starting to work with practitioners in 1992. So hopefully these thoughts will help you gain clarity. And if you decide that you are interested in pursuing the path, I would love to get to know you. And you can find out all about our practitioner programs, again, energyhealinginstitute.org. And there's an open invitation on my website on those practitioner program pages to set up a time to connect with me so that we can get to know each other. I can answer your questions. I can ask you questions. And we can see if what EHI has to offer is a good fit for you. Okay, reason number 4 is, and I hear this, as I said, a lot, over and over and over. My psychic told me I'm a healer. My psychic told me my aura is green. My psychic says that I heal people just with my presence. And I don't know how I do it, but I know it's true that I do. Now, maybe you don't go see a psychic. Maybe you have a spiritual counselor. Maybe you have a therapist. Maybe you have a friend who is spiritually inclined. You can replace that word psychic with whatever you want. But understand that when you're told you're a healer, when you're told that your aura is green, when you're told or that you just heal people just by your presence, those are lovely things to hear. But they're not enough to cross the Rubicon into becoming an energy healing practitioner, because there's lots of other things that you need to be behind as well. And that's what I want to talk about here. You may need to unlearn some things. Let's say that you do heal people with your presence. There may be some boundary issues going on there. There may be ways in which you are unconsciously engaging with other people's energy in a way that is not badly intentioned, but unintentionally inappropriate. There may be ways in which your energy is merging with other people, that you are removing things from their field without understanding that you're taking them into your own, and that's not good for you. So there may be a whole bunch of things that you have to unlearn that you don't even know you're doing right now. So getting invested in the thought that your presence is enough to heal people could actually cost you in the long run. It costs you your sense of self, your sense of well-being, even your physical health can be impacted if things are set up in such a way that you deplete your own energy. You may need to think about whether or not that green auric energy could possibly be a sign of imbalance. It is possible to have a chakra that dominates the energy of the other chakras. And if, in fact, your aura is seen as green, that means you've got a predominance of heart chakra energy running in your field. And it's running to the detriment of yourself, because too much heart chakra energy. Have you ever heard the phrase bleeding heart? I wear my heart on my sleeve. Or compassion fatigue. That's what happens when there's too much heart chakra energy flowing out. When there is an imbalance in the energy field, too much of one thing means too little of others. So, for example, someone could get to a place where they're nearly paralyzed, and I don't mean physically paralyzed, I mean unable to take action on what they're seeing in the world. They're no longer able to help because they're worn out and they're depleted and they've seen too much and the burden is too heavy to carry. So when you're told you have green energy in your field, does not mean you're broken at all. But it might mean that other chakras are underplaying and your heart chakra is dominating the field. The idea that being a healer is enough is one of the New Age fallacies that I find really, really tough to stomach. I don't mean anything bad here, folks, but to be a practitioner, you have to run a business. And if I had a list of all the names on my wall of the people who said to me, I want to be a healer, but I don't like to use my cell phone. I don't really like to talk on the phone. I I don't really want to learn how to run a website. I don't really want to know what all this marketing stuff is that has to be done. I don't like social media. I'm afraid of public speaking. I'm not very good at networking. Those are tasks that you got to do if you're going to build a practice. You don't have to do all of them. You don't have to do social media, for example. But lots of practitioners tell me that they want to have a remote practice. And one of the ways you succeed in a remote practice is through tons of outreach, tons of people on your mailing list, and lots of social media activity because you have to get your name out there to a broader audience than the city or town that you live in or the 25-mile radius or whatever it is, right? So just think in terms of, do I want to run a business as you think about, do I want to be a practitioner? And I guess I'd follow that up with asking, what do you want? When anyone tells you what you should do, my fondest hope for you is that your first response will be, thanks for the input. I'm going to take that under advisement and see if it's something that I want to do. You are sovereign. So a psychic or a spiritual counselor or Jill Lee has no responsibility for telling you what you should be or who you should be. That's up to you. So do take it under advisement if you're told that and give it some thought. And my last suggestion to you would be talk to a few practitioners who are really successful in their practices. What did it take for them to succeed? Because I can guarantee you it took more than I heal people with my presence. I have a lot of green energy in my aura. Or my psychic told me that I should be a healer.